In this video, I want to share a few of the unique features of the Synco G3 wireless microphone kit and also give you an idea of what it sounds like. Hi, I'm Aaron Parecki. Before we get started, I first want to thank Synco for sponsoring this video. Other than the audio samples we'll get to in a little bit, everything you hear in this video was recorded using the Synco microphone that I'm wearing right now. So what is the Synco G3? This is a dual channel wireless microphone kit, but it has a few tricks up its sleeve. So what comes in the box? It comes all packed up in this neat little case, which is actually really nice. There is the receiver with the microphone capsules. There are fuzzy windscreens you can slip over the microphones. It comes with a short USB-C cable you can connect to your computer, and it even includes two adapters, one for USB-A and another to connect it to the lightning port of your phone. There's also a TRRS cable, but you can actually switch it on the device to output TRS if you want into a camera or an ATEM mini. The receiver has a cold shoe clip so you can mount it to the top of your camera, or you can also put it on the back of a PK1 stand for the ATEM mini or for the YoloBox. The two wireless microphones clip onto the base station, which is actually how they charge. The base station has a couple different ways to output audio. You can connect it to a computer or a phone via USB-C. It has a headphone jack for monitoring, and it has another output which you can use as either TRS into a camera or TRRS into a phone. But the sneaky feature is that the wireless microphones also have a headphone output, and the receiver has a microphone built in. And that means you can actually use this to communicate with your talent as they're recording. This is a pretty neat feature, and it's not something I've seen in a lot of other wireless microphones. So you can actually have your talent on the set getting their clear audio into your receiver, and then you can also talk to them from your recording booth. And of course, there's a little switch here to turn that on and off in case you only want to talk to them briefly. Another great feature of the microphones is that the mic capsules have their own built-in storage for recording. There's a little button on the side that you hold down and press to start and stop recording, and it'll record to the internal memory of the microphone. How do you get the recordings off? Well, you might notice that there is no USB port on the microphones at all. Instead, you connect the microphone to the receiver and then plug the receiver into your computer over USB-C. First, you'll have to go into the settings on the receiver and choose which microphone capsule you want to download from. The one thing I did notice as I was testing this out is that it works best when you first power down the receiver and then plug it into your computer. Don't plug in the USB when it's powered on if you want to access the recordings. Once you plug it in, you'll see a little drive pop up on your computer, and then you can just copy the files out. There are a handful of other settings you can change from the receiver menu. This is where you can choose whether you want the TRRS cable to be in TRRS or TRS mode. You can also choose which channels are output over the left and right of the cable. So for example, you can output each of the microphones on the left and the right channel, or you could output one mic on the left and the receiver's mic on the right. Or if you only want to use it with one microphone like I'm doing now, you can output that microphone on both the left and the right channels. So these are just a couple of interesting features of the microphones, but let's take a listen to some sample recordings. So far, everything you've heard in the video has been from the Synco microphone that I'm wearing with a little bit of cleanup of the audio in post. I'll put some text on the screen to show you which microphone you're hearing from. So now you're hearing the raw audio recorded from the receiver without that cleanup step in post. This is what it sounds like straight out of the receiver, and it's going into the ATEM mini that I'm recording this on. And now this is a clip recorded in the internal memory of the transmitter, and I've downloaded it later and inserted it into the recording of this video in post. Of course, you're probably also wondering how this compares to other wireless microphones like the DJI Mic or the Røde Wireless Go. So let's take a look. This is a recording with the DJI microphone. The DJI Mic has some similar features like built-in recording on the mic capsules, but there's no talkback feature. And this is a recording on the Røde Wireless Go. The Go II added internal recording on the microphones, but it's kind of awkward. It's either always recording or never recording. There's no way to start and stop from the mic or the receiver. Lastly, I want to compare all of these to the microphone that I normally use in my videos and my live streams, and that is the Audio-Technica AT875R, which is sitting just above me out of frame here. I personally think you'll always get a better sound from an overhead microphone compared to any lav mic, but sometimes the lav mics are just a lot more convenient. And now we're back to the Synco G3. So that's it for now. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments, or feel free to stop by any one of my weekly live streams. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.